welcome, welcome, welcome. To run through some signs that can tell you if someone is envious of you. Now, please don't take one single sign and run off with it. What I want us to do is let's see if this person exudes 2 to 3 signs or even more. Okay, so let's jump into that, and then after, what we're gonna do is I'm going to give you some advice, some simple advice that I have in terms of how to deal with being envied by other people. Now, as always, I have my notes here and I will be looking down for every bit of this video. All right, so number 1, this person can go the extra mile to outshine you. Somebody who tries to compete with you, who tries to one up everything that you do, right? So that is sign numero 1. Number 2, they always have something negative to say. Like, always have, it doesn't matter how successful or how big or whatever it is that you're doing, it is always something negative to say. You just opened your business, it's just like, okay, but we don't know if it's going to be a success yet. Why are you even doing this? This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You and your little business, right? It's just always something negative. This person doesn't have anything positive to say about you, which kind of ties in with number 3, which is always undermining your success, right? Diminishing your success, always trying to make it seem smaller than what it actually is. Number 4 would be somebody who don't celebrate you, someone who don't like your pictures on social media, someone who refuses to congratulate you and your success on your endeavors, whether it be success in terms of career, a success in terms of business, whatever it is, they find it hard to congratulate you and tell you, yo, you're winning, you're doing great. Number 5, this person talk bad about you to others, gossips about you and all of that. That's a red flag. Number 6, this person rolls their eyes at you. Now, it's a different eye roll. It is a particular type of eye roll that I'm talking about. It is the eye roll where they roll their eyes directly at you, and sometimes they do it when they think that you aren't looking, right? Red flag. All right, number 7. This one, super duper red flag. When someone gloats or laughs at your mistakes. So 1, they weren't celebrating your positive, but 2, they laugh and gloat when you make a mistake. They want to see you on your face. They like to see that. They get some kind of pleasure or kick out of you in some way, shape, or form failing. That's a red flag. Number 8, I don't know if you've ever had these people around you, but somebody who just don't like you for absolutely no reason. They have no reason. You've given them no reason not to like you, but they've just chosen, they've woken up this day and they've chosen not to like you. And then, don't get me wrong, people don't like people for a variety of reasons or whatever the case may be, but then when they do give a reason as to why they don't like you, it's something along the lines of, you think you're better than others, you think you're this, you think you're that. My response would be, what do you know that I'm thinking? Are you in my brain living there with me? Or are you expressing your own thoughts and projecting them onto me? Again, red flag. Those people who just don't like you and they swear you think you better than them when you wasn't even worried about them in the first place, red flag. Okay, and the last one is they talk crap about you and what you're doing only to do the same exact thing. So an example would be, let's say you had a BBL done, right? And you came home or whatever, and you were in your healing process and all of that. And they're gonna be like, I don't know why you went to go even do no BBL. Like, you're so dumb. You like, that's so stupid, blah, blah, blah. just for 3 to 6 months later, they're asking you about your doctor to go and do your BBL. They criticize you for wearing a black shirt, a white shirt, just for 2 to 3 weeks later. Similar, if not the same, white or black t-shirt. They criticize you for being in a certain relationship, calling that particular relationship toxic, just to enter into a relationship that looks close to, if not exactly mimicking, the type of relationship romantically that you're in. Red flags. Whenever someone criticizes you but then goes to do exactly what it is that you did, that they criticized you for, they admired it. They just couldn't find it within themselves to admire it on or about you. I am going to share with you guys some tips on how to deal with an envious friend. All right. Tip number 1, be very watchful. If this person has multiple of these different red flags on the list, I will definitely be very watchful of this person. It could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be a boss, it could be whoever it is. Just be very watchful of this person. And the reason why I say to be very watchful is because with envy, and I spoke about this in another video, people can feel envy, right? Your emotions are natural. However, when someone feels envy, they can either resonate with it in a way where they feel like, look, I have to overcome this feeling and this emotion because it is not right. And they can then use that feeling and that emotion to then channel positivity and to work on themselves and to not undermine you, or to not take out their own feelings of inadequacy and resentment out on you, but use that to build them up and show them where they need to build their own self-confidence. But then you have the other person in which we need to watch out for, those people who will allow the envy to transmute itself into anger, and once it transmutes itself into anger, it will go on to hate. With all of that being said, you just want to watch out, because people can either use you to motivate them, or they can use you to literally try to destroy you for absolutely nothing. All right, so again, number 1, be watchful. Number 2, be nice. Be nice, be compassionate. Understand that what they're going through is a reflection of them and what they have going on and how they feel about themselves. But just be nice, you know. And I think through being nice, you can sometime allow the person to channel that envy into a positive way. Okay. However, if you see that it is somebody that's dead set on not liking you, I would definitely create those boundaries. But we can start off with being nice. Number 3, don't rub it in their face. I know, like, and this is something that I like, even as a kid, like, I remember I would do, like, if I see that somebody was like jealous of me or whatever, and they would want to be mean to me because I had something or because I was a certain way, I'd be like, oh well. You know, and I feel like that just creates the animosity even more. Now, I'm not saying to play it small. I'm not saying to dim your light. I'm not saying not to shine bright. I am saying do all those things without rubbing it in, right? You can look good, you can be fly, you can be successful without having to rub it in someone's face. Okay, there's a difference with just us being us, but then when we choose to go the extra mile to make you see me, like, I don't have to go through that extra mile, like, I'm already seen, right? So take that approach. Number 4, again, it ties into what I was saying earlier about boundaries. If you do need to take some space away from this person, do that. You know, perhaps taking space away from this person will allow them time to work on themselves and work through what it is that they need to work through. All right, that was number 4. Number 5, compliment their strengths. make them feel good. And I say this because sometimes when we do have people who are envious of us, they're just so focused and consumed in what we have going on that they forget about their own self. So let's say you see them looking nice, or you see something nice going on with them, remind them, be like, hey, yo, like, you have a nice outfit today. Like, I'm loving your hair. Where did you go? Let them feel special in them, right? Because sometimes they do need that validation, and they do perhaps crave like someone telling them that, yo, like, they're looking good and they're looking great and whatever. And why not have it come from you? Compliment them, allow them. And I'm not saying that you can change their mind, change their perspective. Absolutely not. That is not your job. I'm just saying, let's say this is a connection that you do value and it's something that you want to hold on to. I would just say, you know, compliment them, let them feel special, be nice, all of that stuff. Number 6, if the behavior of this friend or this close person does not change, like you're being nice, you're paying them compliments, you're not trying to be too showy, you're not being too egotistical, you're just like, you're not letting things go to your head, you're just like remaining humble, and you're just like minding your business. But this person, you can tell that this person is still illustrating the red flags that we discussed in the beginning of the video. I would say at that point, definitely think about perhaps stepping away from the connection, like breaking it off. You know what it is? It's a battle for me, right? Because I feel like we're in a culture today where it's like, if the person dropped the keys on the floor, you're supposed to break up with them. If the person slams the door, you're supposed to break up with them. If the person scratched their ass 3 times, you leave them. I feel like we're in a culture where it's just like cancel culture, where it's like you leave everybody and leave everything for the slightest inconvenience, okay? And I don't want that to be conflated with this advice. Number 6, when I say to start to pull yourself away, it should be pulling yourself away because you see that the situation between you and this person is not going to improve. You've done your best to be nice. You've done your best to allow this person grace. You've done your best to build this person up by, you know, expressing to them and complimenting them and validating them in some way, shape, or form, and they're still being toxic towards you. In that situation, when you're ready, I do think that it is that you should perhaps try to pull away if the situation does not improve over time. All right. Number 7, it's okay to call them out. It's okay to speak your truth. It's okay to say, I'm going to give you guys an example. You can sit down with a friend or a family member, whoever it is, and you can say, hey, but I've just been really and truly examining our friendship, our relationship, our connection for some time now, and there's some things that you've been doing that I'm really not liking, and I feel like it is damaging to our connection, to our relationship, to our friendship. And these things include, and this is the point where you want to include everything that you've observed about this person over the years, because when you're bringing these allegations towards someone, you want to be able to pinpoint what it is that you're talking about, right? You don't want them to feel blindsided, but you also want to say, hey, I observed this. Like, what's going on? What's going on with you? I really value our friendship. I really value our connection. Is there something that I can do on my part to improve this? Do you think that us sitting in on a therapy session together to work through whatever the issues are, because I find that the issue, whatever it is, may be deeper than what it's given, and I would love to work through this because I value the friendship and I value the relationship, and I feel like, you know, something can be done here. But if nothing gets done, then I don't think the relationship will improve, and it will continue to create a block when you consistently do this, and then so you pin out to them what they do. So again, you can just say, hey bud, like, let's try to work through this. All right. Nonetheless, those are just my opinions on certain red flags that I've observed in my own life, certain red flags that I've observed in the connections around me, like, you know, in my partner's world, in my family's world, just different things that I've observed. And these are the ways in which I've seen it handled, and I've seen certain changes come through handling certain things certain ways, especially for myself. But I say all of that to say, share with me your thoughts and comments on this subject matter. Like, have you ever been envious? Have you ever been envied? What did you do in those situations? And give us some tea. Let us know, what were some of the red flags that told you that someone was being envious of you? I would love to know and get some additional information on this subject matter. But nonetheless, in the meantime, you can check out this video here on dealing with envy. I go into my thoughts on envy and how to manage it. So if you're interested, you can check that out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.